What exactly do you think about grace? As for Paul, God said to him that my grace is sufficient for you, even in weaknesses, in weakness. What does it mean? Now, for God to say, his grace is sufficient because his power is made perfect in weakness. Remember, the gospel is God's power for salvation. In the same way, the gospel is God's power and is made perfect in weakness. If God said, my power is made perfect, then what is his power? It is the gospel. The gospel is God's power. And God was recommending Paul to go back to the gospel to get a living from it. When you find yourself in a terrible situation, do not begin to think that the word of God has failed, because God have already set aside a path for every situation that you might find yourself. Like the word of God will direct you on what you are supposed to do. Typically, sometimes what you need when you find yourself in a terrible situation is grief. Sometimes is patience. Sometimes is endurance. Think of any condition that is suitable in pains. Sometimes you have to give from the little that you have that is not even enough for you. Sometimes you have to beg for you to survive. And in all of this arrangement, the word of God have a backup of it all. So the level of perfection that the word of God have is too much, is in everything. So that even when you have to give everything that you have, it will be perfect. So that even when you have to beg to live, it will be perfect. So that even when you have to, in whatsoever condition that you find yourself and you are being patient, it will be perfect. So when you go to God at such times, He will simply tell you to go back